I decided it was about time to stay at another one of Las Vegas's worst hotels. I mean, I already stayed at the #1 worst Vegas hotel according to Yelp, so I think now it's time to get a little bit bougie, fancy, rich, luxury, and move on to the #2 worst hotel in Las Vegas according to Yelp. At least this one doesn't feature clowns, I don't think. Standing behind me is what was once the most bougie, most modern hotel on the entire Las Vegas Strip, the Luxor. In its heyday, this Luxor hotel was visited more each year than the actual city of Luxor in Egypt. It outsold what it was inspired by.
We're traveling around the world.
I know. You don't need to leave the Strip, guys. Yeah, you can travel the whole world on the Las Vegas Strip. They have Paris, Italy, and even Egypt. You never need to leave America, just go to Vegas. And it's not gonna cost you an arm and leg, because at the Luxor, rooms can be as low as $20 a night. That's a steal. USA, never leave. You never have to visit the world. USA, America, Americans, Eagle. It's actually the 5th largest pyramid in the world. That's big. When the Luxor opened in the 90s, it was the hot spot. Music videos were filmed here. Even Britney Spears herself used to party at the Luxor. It was the coolest place in Vegas. So why is it now considered one of the worst? All I know is that Trisha Paytas better be in her Egyptian outfit in there somewhere, or I'm gonna be super let down. Time to test if staying at the Luxor on the Strip is enough. Maybe after this we'll never have to visit actual Egypt. Maybe the Luxor will be enough.
Is there any mummies in there?
There better be.
People always ask me, Jacob, are you gonna be buried or cremated? Fuck all that, I wanna be mummified. Actually though, mummify me when I die, but I don't have a will, but put that in my will.
That dog needs to eat. The rib cage?
Sadly, those are the beauty standards, and the only way to stop the beauty standards is by you should insert a photo of a fat dog. So then dogs that watch this video know that they don't have to be like this.
Oh, that's true.
So right now, insert a photo of a fat dog.
Honestly, good idea. This is kind of like an Illuminati hotel with these pyramid doors.
You walk into the hotel and you sell your soul.
Right when you walk into the pyramid, you see these ads for all the shows they have there, like Carrot Top and Fantasy, the Strip's sexiest teas. It kind of takes you out of the Egyptian vibe. Like, I don't know if Carrot Top was running around ancient Egypt. I started to think I wasn't in Egypt, and instead, I was on the smoke-filled Vegas Strip when they first opened the Luxor in the 90s. It was so over the top. It basically was Egypt. But unfortunately, when MGM acquired the Luxor in the early 2000s, they for some reason decided to tone down all the Egyptian theming to make it more modern and sleek. Girl, we're coming here for the ancient Egypt vibes. We don't want modern and sleek. This is the Luxor. Even though this already feels over the top, I guess it used to be way more extreme. This is the toned down version.
We need to start sending people to prison for being minimalists.
I agree. But yeah, the reason why they even made the Luxor so overly themed is because it was part of Vegas's attempt to bring in families. Like, they were trying to make Vegas a family destination. And it's all starting to add up in my mind because apparently the Luxor was made by Circus Enterprises, who made Circus, who I went to in another video that also is supposed to be family friendly. They know how to make a good family friendly hotel that also features a smoke-filled casino full of drunk people. For the Luxor, obviously, instead of clowns, they chose ancient Egypt. And it obviously sounded like a smash hit idea. You get to stay in a pyramid. When it first opened, there even was a river ride, a Nile River ride in the lobby that like went around the whole casino. You got to ride in a river inside a casino. Are you kidding? But yeah, it turns out the families weren't coming in flocks as they expected, and eventually they were like, you know what, to cut our losses, we got to remove all this family friendly shit and replace it with more casinos, some strip shows, bars, and redheaded comedians. They learned a valuable lesson. What makes money in Vegas is sex, drugs, and redheaded people. I was terrified to go in the elevators of the Luxor. I'm already kind of scared of elevators. Because the Luxor is a pyramid, they actually can't use elevators, traditional ones at least, to get to the top floors. So instead they use inclinators. They're like escalator elevators. They go at a slant. And some of the reviews don't talk highly of them. The elevators are the scariest part. It feels like you would be stuck at any moment. Do yourself a favor and pick any other regular hotel on the strip. Elevators are missing panels, and you can see the electrical wires. Key card readers in the elevator barely work, so you can get stuck. Long wait for elevators. That last one isn't as bad as the others. I probably should have started with that one, but yeah. So I requested a low floor, and we're actually not even going on the scary elevators.
This is just a regular elevator.
Yeah, those elevators seem fine.
I do want to go on one at least once.
Yeah. Jacob, being the courageous young man he is, still wanted to check out the inclinators, so here's some footage of him doing that. He did say it felt odd going up at a slant, but also fun. Look, he's having so much fun. Oh my God, look at Lucas. He looks so small down there. Oh wow, Jacob up there, also so small. He's so high up. Look at the view from up here. Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. Don't jump, Jacob, don't jump. All right, back to the real, very low floor we actually stayed on. So since we're on a low floor, you don't really get that cool of an effect seeing into the atrium. Seems like it would be really cool to be on a high up floor because of this review. You have to resist the urge to throw yourself off the balcony. Honestly, it's a bit of a weird sensation. I mean, maybe we don't have that effect since we're on the 3rd floor, but I don't have any urge to do that.
Let's hear another fun fact about the Luxor.
A lot of people think it's cursed.
Kind of feel like I'm entering a death trap.
During the construction, there were a lot of accidents, mysterious deaths, and now it even has a Titanic exhibit in the middle, which a lot of people think adds to the curse because it has all these artifacts from a sunken ship that's inside the pyramid. You know, it all just adds up. I also read online that some people think it's bad luck to sleep in a pyramid because of the angles and stuff, so it affects your energy. I guess we'll see if we have a curse today. Usually in pyramids, it's a bunch of tombs, so a bunch of dead people, but in this pyramid, a lot of alive people are here in rooms sleeping.
Hopefully we don't wake up dead.
Oh! Actually, I want to do a cool editing thing where then I walk in. Oh! Smells like a cannabis dispensary in here.
Smells pretty dank.
We're gonna get a contact high. 420 AA! Can I get an AA? I already feel high, I'm not kidding. I was kind of nervous to investigate our room at the Luxor to see where we'd be calling home for the next 24 hours because some of the reviews really go in. The rooms are filthy! Not even sure the sheets were changed. Pay a little more and stay somewhere newer and much nicer. Okay, so I booked the cheapest room here because they have ones that are renovated and they have ones that aren't renovated, and I have an inkling that we got a renovated room.
This looks new, pretty clean.
Like, this is very renovation vibes, you know? I feel like sweaty.
I do
It's
too.
so weird because I hear an air conditioner blasting, but I feel sweaty in here compared to the outside. Yeah, this is just direct weed smell blowing into a room.
Yes.
We don't even gotta buy the blunts and the joints. We can just sit here. Hi, 420! Hi! I have the munchies. So one of the coolest parts about the Luxor is you're in a pyramid, obviously, so the windows are at a slant.
Okay, a strip view.
Wait, we have a view of that Egyptian statue's ass. Like, those are the 2 butt cheeks.
Yeah, and you can tell they're the butt cheeks because that little indent.
The cheeks. Oh, that's kind of funny. It says if you smoke weed, you're gonna be charged $300. Are they gonna charge us because they think we're smoking in here? Isn't that just so cool how it's a slant?
Yeah.
Like, don't you love that?
I do. Kind of feels like an aquarium.
You don't get a fridge, weirdly, but there's like space for a fridge. Wait, everyone always says the actual pyramids in Giza were made by aliens, and we are in a fake pyramid that's very close to Area 51. That can't all be a coincidence.
Wait.
Okay, let's see what the bathroom's like. Okay. We definitely got a renovated room. Look at this countertop. If you know anyone who has a house that's new construction, they have this countertop in their kitchen and their bathrooms. Like, we got lucky with our room. We got a view of the ass of the statue. Like, what more could we want? Frick yeah!
So like, this is themed after like a very old pyramid. So it makes me think like, if the world is still around 500 years from now, are they gonna make hotels like themed after like Paris Hilton's house? Because that's like kind of the equivalent of a pyramid now.
In the middle of the pyramid, they have this little platform that has all the theaters for all the shows. There's also the Titanic exhibit. And we also saw a dead bodies exhibit. Like, just an exhibit to look at dead bodies. What? In Vegas, you actually can do everything. Is this where my body's gonna end up if I'm donating my body to science? I really hope they pick my body to be in the exhibit. Can you imagine? You'd like be a star. Everyone would be like taking photos with you. I'm jealous. So you might be thinking, okay, so literally none of the attractions are on theme. This is stupid. What does any of this have to do with with Egypt? Well, calm the F down, because one of the exhibits is exploring King Tut's tomb.
Time to learn about King Tut. Let's both say one fact about him because we both know a lot already. Did we learn about King Tut in school? Because if we did, none of that was retained. Time to get educated.
We were informed that we couldn't film during the King Tut exhibit. They did allow photos. Cue the slideshow. Here's us watching a short film about King Tut. Like, at first I was kind of pissed. I was like, wait, did we just pay money to watch a little shitty short documentary about this guy? But no, thank God that was just the first part of the exhibit. Oh my God, we're in his tomb, y'all. Oh my God. We loved learning. Education is good, guys. Gold, wow. I love how blingy the ancient Egyptians were. Like, they loved their gold. They were doing it. Here's me learning about mummification, all about mummies and stuff. I know everything about it now. And then it ended with us doing this VR thing where we got to explore King Tut's tomb VR style. 10 out of 10 exhibit. I liked it.
People say Vegas is nothing but partying, drinking, and sins, but we just learned. We basically just took a college course on Egyptology.
Yeah.
We now know everything about it.
Okay, now we for sure don't have to go to real Egypt because they green screened us in front of the pyramids. There's no point of going to real Egypt now because I can already post these photos to my Facebook to flex on all the haters from middle school. Hell yeah, I'm in Egypt, bitch! What else did you expect me to do? Oh, I cannot wait to post that.
We already took photos of our photos we bought from the exhibit, and they're on our phone. So what's the point of having the physical copy?
We felt like we didn't really have a need for these photos, so we ended up signing them and leaving very inspiring messages. Then we left them on chairs at the casino, so one of our fans in our fan club could find them and be super happy. We have fans.
Alrighty, that's gonna make one of our fans very happy.
Just kidding. I'm assuming those photos are in a landfill somewhere. Somebody working for the Luxor picked them up, looked at them, threw them in the trash immediately. So we actually contributed to ruining the environment through our actions. And I have an apology video coming out tomorrow, 12 p.m. EST. I'm sorry.
You could never go in there.
The joke is it's just for high limit gambling in that room, which is for rich people, which I wouldn't fit in there because he was saying I'm broke. The joke is I'm broke. Jacob was hating on broke people. Don't worry guys, his apology video is uploading 45 minutes after my video at 12:45 EST tomorrow.
Oh, it's so nice out. Let's go lounge by the pool.
When I was looking at the Luxor website, I found out that they have the biggest gay pool party in Vegas during the summer. Like, so much gay shit is going down in the pool during the summer. So I just wanted to tell you that, gay. Hi, gay. I think it might be about time to get dinner at the fun ancient Egypt restaurant, the Pyramid Cafe. Just kidding, it was frickin' closed. So we couldn't even eat dinner at the one restaurant at the Luxor that was actually on theme. Nothing was on theme. Where is the Queen Cleopatra restaurant? She's from ancient Egypt, right? Yeah, she is, so stop. Instead, we were forced to eat at Diablo's Cantina, which was dark-sided.
I'm starting to get a little bit spooked because we're in an Illuminati-shaped building, and now we're at Diablo's Cantina.
Luckily for you guys, I've been doing Duolingo. Diablo means devil. We are eating at the devil's kitchen. I don't know if I can do this. Dark-sided.
Am I gonna have to boycott this like I boycotted Lil Nas X? Jacob, I don't know if I can do this.
But I was very hungry, so we decided to stay anyway. Sometimes you need to eat, even if it means you're gonna go to hell.
So it turns out it costs $3 to get chips and salsa. I don't like the way the world's going. This is where we're going as a society, where chips and salsa aren't included.
What else is gonna start costing money? Late stage capitalism.
Appetizer time!
Chicken taquitos.
Will these be better than the frozen ones? Usually I would dip them in ranch, but I'm assuming they don't have ranch here.
I hope you guys heard that crunch.
It's better than the frozen ones.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Bible? For a split second, I tasted McChicken. Hints of McChicken. There's 3, so we'll split the last one.
I'm glad you said that because I thought it was gonna end in a shooting.
Entree time!
Beef burrito. Kind of like a zebra. The people that get it.
I got the filet tacos.
Bible?
Bible. Wanna bite? It's good, isn't it? Yeah, I'm really glad we're here together. I'm just doing a little bit of boyfriend ASMR that I might upload on his side channel. I like that shirt, is it new? You're so funny. Dessert time. Ooh. Okay.
Now that dinner was over, I was so excited to get the club vibes going. Vegas! I wanted to be just like Britney Spears in 2007 when she went to the opening night of the nightclub LAX in the Luxor. That nightclub was owned in part by Christina Aguilera. I was so ready to get my Britney on. Turns out that club got shut down a long time ago. And actually, there isn't even one club on the premises currently. They did have this bar called Aurora. I don't know why I'm doing quotes. It was called Aurora, and it was like Northern Lights themed. So we were like, okay, like this isn't very Britney. We probably aren't feeling like she did in 2007 on the opening night of the LAX nightclub, which was in part owned by Christina Aguilera. But like it was still fun. The vibes were vibing, and the people were peopling. Like this guy came up to us an hour in, and he was like very shaky and sweaty, and he told us that he previously worked for Google and that the world was ending in 4 days due to AI advancement. He was like, yeah, we're gonna die. I worked for Google and I just quit, and the AI's out of control. And I was like, LOL, what? It's been much more than 4 days since that interaction, and the world's still going. I was just confused. I was like, I get it, like AI could get bad, but like, what's gonna happen? You know? I just kept telling him like, honey, calm down, take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. That was a little bit alarming, I guess. You know, interesting conversations at the Luxor. Look at the light on top of the Luxor, guys. That is the strongest light in the world. I'm not even kidding. That's what I found from multiple sources. It's apparently the strongest light ever. Like, that might be fake news, but I think it's real. We're ready to go to sleep, I think. And it's perfect because our room is super quiet and peaceful.
Nice, nice.
I feel safe, do you? So I know everyone's wondering, so what was it like sleeping in a pyramid, since apparently that ruins your energy? My energy feels fine.
The only thing I noticed is that it's so hot in this room.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of sweating right now. We both took showers. The shower pressure was so hard. I actually saw a lot of people left reviews about that. One person compared it to a fire hose. Yeah, I've never had shower pressure at a hotel that hard. I was kind of scared that I was gonna go bald. Also, my shower towel did have brown and black marks on it. I'm not really gonna fault them for that. I'm gonna more fault the self-tanners of the world. You're ruining hotel towels. I'm just gonna say it, self-tanner. I actually was about to make up a whole pathological lie about how we were cursed by the Luxor, but I ended up deciding against it. I'm just kidding. I don't think either of us are cursed.
High five for that.
So the question is, do you ever have to go to real Egypt? I still would want to go, personally.
Yeah, I would want to too.
Or would this be enough? Turns out spending $20 to stay on the Vegas Strip isn't as good as going to actual Egypt. It turns out we still have to go there. I actually do want to visit Egypt. Like, I've always wanted to see the pyramids in real life. I don't know if I would go in though, because like, what if it collapsed? They've been around for thousands of years. When I go in, that'll be the day it'll collapse inward. On that note, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for coming along. I really hope the world doesn't end in 4 days like that guy said. Bye.